Welcome everybody, wherever you are, whenever you are, live or recorded, to Yoga for Everybody. So we're going to begin standing because it feels like that kind of moment. Oh, just look, what was I looking for? I was looking for the bell, of course. And there it is. Ringing out, getting us ready. The sound and the vibration of the bell. It's like the bell saying, wake up, wake up. Let's stand. As always, let's bring our attention into our feet. So have a look at the feet, just place them left and right, place them. So you're deciding I'm standing here. We're going to lift the toes, peel them off the ground, lift them high, and then place them down. And spread the toes out, really let them land and soften into the ground. And then we're going to lift the heels, lift them really high. So you're pushing off those lovely springy toes. And then we're going to bring the heels down and feel that connection with the earth. Just feel that to begin with. We'll have a little bounce on the heels, just again, to get that connection with the earth. And feeling that earth energy is required today. So we're then going to bend the knees and let the heels just bounce. That little bounce, not too strong. It's just enough to kick up a bit of energy from the earth. And you see that my arms, I'm just letting them kind of bob. I'm not moving them, I'm just letting them go with the body. So starting to just release a little bit, but also kick up a bit of energy. And then with that bit of energy in the lower part of the body, we're going to get to rise up a little bit. So we bring the sides of our legs together, the sides of the feet. Inhale, lift the arms up, interlink the fingers above the head. On the inhale, lifting up high, pushing off those toes, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together, hold your breath in. And then releasing out through the nostrils, slowly the arms come down, slowly the heels come down, very slowly. And again, inhale, strong inhale, stretch up, squeeze together, hold, lift the heels high, press off those toes. So we're getting long and we're getting narrow. And then we breathe out softly through the nostrils, lowering the arms down slowly, bringing the heels down slowly. One more, inhale. Interlink the fingers, stretch up, squeeze together, lift the heels high, hold. And then breathing out softly through the nostrils, arms coming down, heels coming down. And with that, we'll just start rolling the shoulders back. Put the feet apart a little bit, hips width apart. And we're just starting to encourage that roll by bending the knees, letting that ripple through the body, and then starting to lift those elbows. So we're getting into the whole body, breathing with that. So it's a whole body, whole breath, whole being is getting into this rolling wave coming through the body, inhaling and exhaling, getting those arms up high and right back, opening that chest wide. And then we forward with the shoulders, just the shoulders to begin, just the shoulders. So we're squeezing, yeah. So they really come high and they really come forwards, really low, and then really back. So we're getting that full range. So we're kind of getting the body a little bit more fluid. And then gradually the shoulders, the elbows first of all. You want the shoulders and then the elbows. And then the arms, and then the fingers, and they're going right by the ears. We look up as we inhale and stretch up, and the arms come down. Big circles with both arms. Good. And let the hands come in front and behind. Wake up. Let's wake up. You might be awake, as in, alive or awake, walking around, but sometimes we're not really properly awake. So we're just kind of getting that little bit of sparky energy going. So to get that bit more sparky energy, we're going to kick ourselves in the backside in a nice way. It's like, come on, wake up. Bring the heel to the backside, keeping with a nice openness in the chest, shoulders down, elbows nice and wide. So this is nice and long here, which means when we engage the abdominals, this gets allowed to be long. Then we lift the heels high. And we're keeping this openness, uprightness, lift in the crown, and we're moving the legs very quickly, like a fast marching. And then we take the legs out to the sides. We're just getting everything a bit more lively here, waking up the body, getting a bit of energy moving, getting a bit of fire, a bit of warmth, Good. Whatever the weather, it's good to get that inner heat going. And then also oiling the joints, so we lift and open. Lift up the knee, open it out to the side. Breathe in and out through the nostrils. Keep that flow of energy. And feel your breath. Enjoy that feeling of being alive. The flow of the breath is coming and going. And if you're, well, and that lovely feeling of the breath being easy, uninterrupted. Good. And then we're just going to come into a little cross crawl. So lift the left knee, meet it with the right hand. We just do this very sort of softly and slowly, just to get that coordination, the body with the mind, and also just connecting up the energy, getting it flowing a little better. The cross lateral movement. Yeah. Good. And then we're going to sweep out with a half breath. So just checking your feet again, take a look at them. Give the toes a little wiggle. Inhale, strong inhale, and then out through the mouth. Let the arms swing, let the knees be nice and springy. And again, breathing in, strong inhale, and then out through the mouth. All in one breath. Make it strong and vital. Inhale, out through the mouth. Arms are swinging. Good. So now we're a little bit more lively in the body. Let's come to the front of the mat and come into some standing postures. We're going to start with triangle. It's always a good one to start with, get the sides a bit more lively. Bring the hands together. Stand tall, weight on the left, and we take a step back with the right for triangle. Let the feet land nice and steady. Hips square. Inhale, lift the arms up, lift the chest. Keep that lift in the chest as the arms come down to shoulder height and drop the shoulders. Inhale, open the palms wide, the fingers wide. Extend over to the left on the out breath and down. Meet that left leg and reach up with the right. So we've got this lovely kind of opening. It's not just this sort of position. There's a fluidity. So we open that right hand and we're if we're pressing with that left hand, we get the sense of that little twist there. And the chest is coming up to the ceiling. Long neck, shoulders down, soft knees. So unlock the knees. Feel the ground with the feet and the toes. And feel the length in the right side. So we're keeping that right hip in place. And breathing, turning the eyes to look up at the right hand there. And stretching, extending that arm right to the ceiling. Breathe into that beautiful expansion. How much more spacious. Good. And use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Shift the weight to the right and step back with the left. Find that position nice and steady. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Inhale, open the arms wide, the palms wide. Exhale, reach the fingers over to the right, the arm, and down. Pressing that right arm to that right leg and just turning and twisting towards the ceiling, lifting with the left fingers, that left hip in place, nice and strong. Extending through the left side, feeling the ground with the feet, unlock the knees. So much going on here. So much for our minds to be involved with so they don't get involved with other things. So every time, just keep taking your mind through those little points, and it keeps that mind occupied whilst also paying attention to the breath. So you're fueling this posture with the breath. Then use the inhale to come up. Exhale, the arms come down. Bend into the left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. So we find this lovely fluid motion in everything we do. The more we get used to these postures, the more fluid they can become. So with that, we're going to step back into peaceful warriors. We bring the weight onto the left foot and we take a very big step back with the right. If it's not big enough, that one step, then we just sort of shuffle it back a little bit. Point those right toes forwards, get the hips square, nice and square, and facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height, drop the shoulders. Extend the fingers away from each other. Look down the left arm, exhaling, bending into that left knee, pressing into the right foot. So we get this lovely, balanced, strong, stable, active, very active posture. So then we come in from Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, into Peaceful Warrior. Breathe in. Exhale, reach back with the right. The right hand goes down, left arm goes up. Turn the palm, the fluidity comes in, and reach over the body. So we find this, fluidity, this movement, particularly coming in and out of postures, just finding that bit more poise and grace in our posture, looking up at the ceiling on the inside of the arm. It might not always feel that kind of graceful inwardly, but we create that. I use the inhale to come back up. The inhale fuels us, and then we exhale, we sink into the posture, pressing evenly into both feet, extending evenly between both fingertips. Looking down that left arm, dropping the shoulders, long neck, and then come up on the inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down softly. Again, find that fluidity. Bend into the right knee and come back to the front of the mat. Flow and fluidity and earth. Bring the weight into the right foot and take a big step back with the left. Get the feet firmly planted, left toes pointing slightly forward, square the hips. Point that tailbone down, strong belly. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Inhale, expand the chest, fingertip to fingertip, and then bending into the right knee. Keep the body upright, don't follow that knee. Keep pressing evenly into that left heel as much as that right knee goes forwards. Inhale here, and exhale, reaching back with the left hand. The left hand goes down, the right arm floats up. And we turn that arm in space and reach over the body, palms facing the ground, facing the mat. And we look up to the ceiling on the inside of the right arm there, reaching backwards with the right hand and forwards with the right knee. So keep the bend in the front knee. So we've got that, dynamic there. And use the inhale to come back up, the exhale to sink into the Warrior 2. Come up on the inhale. Let the arms float down on the exhale. Find that softness. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Let's just give everything a little shake, shall we? Shaking up time. So feet about hips width apart, knees are nice and soft. Let's shake the knees, let's shake the hips, and let's shake the shoulders. Inhale. There you go. Let's do that again because it's so fun. Breathing in. It's not even half as good if you don't make the sound. So the sound's really, really good. So we're going to now come into a balance. Follow that. And we're going to come into Warrior 3, a nice strong one for today. So we bring the weight onto the left foot, bring the weight into that left foot, standing knees a little bit bent there, just to start. And we take the chest forward, the body's going forward at the same time. You can see my right leg's going back, and I extend the arms forward. I can bring the hands together, or I can have them apart, whatever you prefer. Try and get those hips level. So strong through our center, requires a lot of abdominal strength, leg strength, hips, everything is getting involved here. Whole body's active. So extending forwards and extending backwards with the same emphasis, that dynamic. And breathe deeply. That's also part of this dynamic, is that deep breath. Dig deep. One more breath in. And release, slowly lower the leg down. Try not to let that just drop. Give the legs a little shake. Give the arms a little shake. Yeah, it's strong. Now we take the weight into the right foot. Get that nice and landed, soft open foot. So roots going down. And then bring the weight over that foot. Start to take that left leg back, pointing the toe and the chest forward, and the arms go with that. Stretch forwards. Looking down at the ground, the neck is in line with the body. Ungrip those toes. I know it just happens, it's just a kind of reaction, but see if you can unlearn that response. And extend and breathe. Dig deep with your breath. One more breath in. And release on the out breath. Good. So that's a strong one. So we're going to come into our squat now, just to come down to the ground and release the back, release the hips, let the body hang between the legs. Don't forget, if your heels are off the ground, put something underneath them, cushions, blocks, blankets. Put the backs of the hands on the ground, let the head hang, as if the head's going to fall into the hands. And let the back of the neck relax, let the shoulders hang forwards, just let the weight of the arms hang there. Feel the weight of the head, particularly as you breathe out through the mouth. So you're inhaling through the nostrils, out through the mouth, sigh, let it go. Good. Then we slowly lift the head up, bring the left hand to the ground there. And on the inhale, you feel the inhale is lifting the fingertips of the right hand. You're just watching it lift up to the ceiling. And then we're going to make that arm even longer by rotating. Well, it starts with the wrist, but it's the whole arm is getting involved really. And it's rotating and getting longer and reaching up. Yeah, rotating and enjoying. And then we rotate it in the opposite direction. And it's coming back down to earth. Let the whole arm rotate. So it's this lovely sort of smooth flowing circular motion. Right hand on the ground. Inhale, the fingertips get lifted up and they extend up, and then it goes into this rotation. Starts in the wrist and let that come into the arm. Might not feel or look as much as happening, but you're feeling that spiral in the arm, and then we rotate it in the other direction and it's coming down through space. So finding that lovely kind of flow in the body. It's not straight lines, the body. Press into the ground, come up into ragdoll. So we've got our second little release. Knees bend, body hanging. So that nice softness in the knees, which provide the strength from the legs, so the upper body can just hang into that strength. Hanging the arms, the head, the whole back is hanging from the hips. Breathe in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Let go. So rebuilding the spine from the base up, breathing in and out through the nostrils, taking your time. So the knees come forwards, the tail tucks under as you roll up. So everything is sitting on top of each other in a nice stacked position on the spine. Good. Rather than rub the back, let's just release that back a little bit. Then we'll take the feet wide, nice and wide with the feet. And we're going to open the chest. So we take the hands behind, they're interlinked, but they're behind the body. Let the hands just rest there, breathing in, look up, breathing out. We're coming into that forward bend. Nice straight legs to begin, and then they can soften a little bit if you need them to. Once your body's as far forward as it will go, then you start to take the hands away from the back. Let the arms be just kind of moving through space, using the weight of the arms and gravity in this position. So slightly have either the knees soft or a little bit bent. Not locked anyway. And breathe in and out through the nostrils. Long and deep. Steady. And long and deep breath. Give it some time to release. On the next out breath, bring the hands to, they're still interlinked, but they come to the center of the back, and we just draw a circle on the middle of the back. Just giving the back what it needs, spine. I'm going to rotate the other direction. Knees are slightly bent. We uncurl slowly as we're winding ourselves back up. And now we're going to just turn the feet out to a slight angle, about 45-degree angle. Bring the hands together, keep the body upright. So from the crown to the root, we keep this nice and upright and long. Hands together, we keep that length, we keep the chest open, shoulders down, back of the neck long. And we come down into our little squat. So we inhale, coming up, pressing up through the feet, lifting from the chest. You feel that lengthening. It feels so much more interesting than just coming up and down. And then we can really sink down. Inhale up, exhale down. See if you can go a little bit lower. And you can also use your pelvic floor, the Mula Bandha, drawing up the power. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you're coming down, pressing the hands together evenly as well, so everything is very even. We're powering up the legs, we're powering up the goddess in us all. So let's get ready for the goddess. So we come, inhale, reach your hands up, exhaling strongly, with the rasping in the throat, the tongue out, the eyes wide. Be fierce. Inhale. Good. And we try that again. Breathe in. And let's try that one more time. Breathing in, look up. Good. So the fire moving through the system. Good to get this moving through. And when we bring the feet together, give the legs a little shake, give the arms a little shake. And in fact, let's just take this into a little twist. A nice, relaxing, loosening twist. So the knees are bent, feet shoulder width apart, and we're just letting the arms swing. We're letting the arms swing rather than swinging the arms around. What's moving is the center. We bend into the knees. We make this again very fluid, flowing movement. Feel the flowing movement of the breath, and just feel this lovely loosening. So loose that you're kind of looking right behind you, coming up onto the toe even. Yeah. Breathe. Feel the air around the arms. And slowly come to a stop. So we're going to come into a balance, another balance. This is the heron balance. And I like to do this starting with the fingertips just touching, bring the weight onto the left foot. As you inhale, lift that right knee, lift the arms up, bring the hands together above the head. As you exhale, the arms are coming down, the foot is coming down at the same time. Let that foot land, touch the fingertips, shift the weight, inhale, lift the left foot. So this is, it's a slow, smooth and steady. We're controlling that movement. We're putting some control on the breath. Breathing in, it's steady, fluid, flowing. We keep our focus by keeping the breath steady and focusing the eyes on a still point. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're going to add something in here now. If you want to, you can continue as we are, or you can add this bit in. It's an extension version, so inhale. As the arms come down, the heel presses out. Then the knee lifts and the arms lift again, and then the foot comes down with the arms. So we're just adding that extra bit in the middle. Inhale, lift the left knee, lift the arms up. Heel presses out strongly, hands come down. Lift the knee strongly, lift the arms strongly, and then they float down steadily. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Let's do a couple more of those. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling. Lift the knee. As you're lifting that right knee, press into the opposite foot. This really helps and makes the whole thing feel very different. It's much more vital. So we have that vitality, which is paired with the softness and the flow. And this is exactly what we're looking for in our yoga practice, also in our lives, balance of these things. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing the foot out, the arms come down, lift the knee high, lift the hands high, arms and leg come down. Let's just do this one more. Inhale, lift the knee, lift the arms, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Beautiful balance and flow and grace. Let's give everything a little bit of a shake up again. So feet are shoulder width apart. We shake the knees, we shake the hips, and we shake the shoulders, and we make some sound. Breathe into the nostrils. There you go. Good. Okay. So we're going to now come into the half sun salutes. Again, moving and breathing. Let's get the feet steady, have a look at them, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down. It's funny how that small little movement and looking at the feet completely change everything. I feel the ground, the earth, I feel my feet. Off suddenly. Inhale, lift the arms up, look up. Exhale, taking the chest forward, knees are bending, fingertips touch the ground. Inhale, come to the knees, look up, lift the chest, open the chest. Exhale, forward, bend, straight legs. Bend the knees a lot so you can push up, power up. Inhale, up, look up. Everything is up. And exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, coming up, looking up, powering up. Exhale, softening, bending the knees. Fingertips touch the earth. Inhale, look forwards. Open the chest wide, heart open wide. Exhale, forward bend, straight legs, fingertips and whole hands come on the ground. Bend the knees, look up. The eyes lead you, the hands follow. The inhale is there all the time, and then we exhale. Good. A bit faster. Inhale up, exhale, bend the knees, touch the ground. Inhale, look up, hands on the knees. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees, eyes go up, heart follows, hands follows. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward bend, bend the knees, touch the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward bend, bend the knees a lot. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, touch the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward bend the knees a lot. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. Let's do a couple more. Stay with me. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, touch the ground. Inhale, look up, hands on the knees. Exhale, forward bend the knees, push up. Exhale, arms come down. Last one, slowing down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, arms coming down, bend the knees. Fingertips reach for the earth, touch the earth. And you look up, the legs straighten up, open the chest, hands on the knees. Exhale, forward bend, flattening the hands to the ground. Bend the knees, inhale, all the way up. Push up through the legs, exhale. Hands come down. Let the hands come together, the heart center. Anjali Tadasana. So the feet are sinking into the earth. Feet are soft, knees are soft, or not. Unlock the knees. Point the tailbone down, a little pelvic tilt, strong belly. Lift the chest away, so opening up this area. Pressing the hands together evenly. Elbows nice and wide. Shoulders sitting down. So we've got this spaciousness on the front and the top of the chest. And what goes with that, so the chest lifts, the shoulders sink down, the back of the neck gets long. So these three things that kind of work together to create this beautiful dynamic and openness around this area. Close the eyes. Just checking you're not gripping with the toes. Just feeling the movement in the feet. Always so interesting when we close our eyes and feel so much more movement going on in the body when we think we're still. All those little tiny balancing movements the body is doing, adjusting, readjusting, whilst the breath is flowing. Even without our interference, the breath is coming and going. And feel yourself the mountain, Tadasana. Feet sinking, stable, solid into this earth, rising up from the earth like a tall mountain, piercing the sky, piercing the clouds. Just feel that sense of grandeur, stability, this eternal pose and poise. And opening the eyes, dropping the hands down. We're going to just come into our gratitude prayer. Before we do that, we're just going to have a little back bend here. We have a little back bend. So we place the hands on the back, give the back a little rub. Feet are still hips width apart. And we bend the knees, then we take the hips forwards. And let the elbows come back, let the chest lift. Knees are still bent. So it doesn't look like my knees are bent, but if I had them straight, it would look like this, and it would put too much strain on the lower back. So we have those knees bent. Looking up slightly towards the ceiling. breathe, and then use the inhale to come back up. Back another up. Let's do another little twist. So take the feet wide like the shoulders and the knees, and we loosen it all up. Yeah, be quite dynamic with the body, with that center. Let the arms just swing around, loose and easy, freeing up. Can you feel that feeling of loosening and freeing up the lower back there? Good. So we're going to just come down to the ground. We're going to come down in a forward bend. So taking the feet hips width apart. Lift the arms up or take hold of the back, whichever you prefer. Inhaling, exhaling, coming forwards. Nice strong legs. Hands coming through space, fingertips touch the ground. Or put something on the ground if your fingertips don't touch the ground. So we'll just have a little forward bend moment here. We've done this within the half sun salute already, so it shouldn't feel too much of a shock. Coming up onto the fingertips, look forwards, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward bend. And the chest is looking at the toes, and the eyes are looking at the toes. Rather than looking at the knees, we look at the toes. Lifting that tail up to the ceiling, and the chest comes down to the ground. So get that sense of that dynamic between those 2 points. Good. Keep focusing on the spaciousness you're creating. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. And then come up onto the fingertips. And then we bring the weight into the left foot and we step back with the right. And then we're going to come into a lunge. So that right heel is back. And our body is in kind of a straight line, not quite really, but it's not with the bottom up in the air. We're trying to keep that chest nice and open, hand each side of this left foot. Really pushing that right heel back, so strong in that right buttock, strong in the right leg. Then bring the right knee down and come up into a high kneeling position. Bring the left hand on the left knee. We're going to take this circle. So first of all, we're having the hand facing our body. So we inhale, we lift the finger. Imagine the index fingers lifting and pointing, inhaling, and we open the arm up and we take it back. So we're just getting a nice big circle there. Inhaling, watching the arm as well. You'll find if you watch the arm, you're going to get a much bigger circle, particularly going back there. And all the time, and also your arm is twisting with this because we're opening up the hand's facing the front there, and then it turns and twists. The hand faces the body as it's coming down. Do one more time around here. And then bringing that down. And we bring the hands to the ground. And we bring that left knee back. Sit back into the heels. Bring the forehead to the ground. Have a little rest. In the swan, inhale. Through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth. Then come back, bring the right foot forwards into this high kneeling position. Okay, right hand on the right leg. So on the inhale, the palm of the hand is facing your body. So on the inhale, it lifts forwards, and we're watching it, and it turns, the palm opens up, it reaches right back. So we're trying to make as big a circle as we can. Inhaling, and this is opening up not just the shoulder, but the whole of the side of the body. Inhaling, exhaling. Really feel that is coming into the chest, opening and expanding, coming into the whole side body. Can you feel that? Particularly when you turn that hand out and face the palm away, it really opens up that. Let's do one more time around. Inhaling to the top, exhaling, coming to the back. And bring the hands down again. Just going to take that left heel, foot away. So we're going to come into this lunge on the other side now. So we've done the lunge on both sides. Breathe here. And then we're going to just take that right foot back, coming into downward dog. So nice and long from the fingertip to the base of the spine. Maybe have a little bit of a walk of the dog. Bending the left knee, putting the right heel down, bending the right knee, putting the left heel down. And you can really exaggerate that if you want to get a little bit more into the hips movement. Breathing, pushing back through the hands, looking back towards the feet. Good. And then we're going to come over, look towards the hands. We're going to come over the body into plank. Strong through the body. And then either let the knees come to the ground or lower the body down. Come onto the front of the body. Have a little rest here. Very active today, so we just have a little rock. Let the hips rock side to side. It always feels nice. And if you want to, what feels good here too, maybe if you can reach, is interlink the fingers and put the back of the hands on the lower back. Kind of quite comforting feeling there. And have a little rock there. And breathe out through the mouth. So inhale through the nostrils. Out through the mouth. Now release the arms. Come onto the forehead. Bring the legs together. A simple little back bend. On the inhale, you lift the nose, the chin, the chest off the ground, then lift the arms off the ground, and then the legs. So we're getting this lovely kind of torpedo shape. And smile. Breathe. Strongly and steadily. In and out through the nostrils. One more breath in. And release down, rest on the other side of the head, just let it go. You can again interlink the fingers and place them on the lower back, the backs of the hands on the back. If that feels good, that's just another option. Then release the hands if you're holding on to them. And this time, let's come into our bow position. So lifting the legs off the ground so your knees are bent and reaching back towards the tops of the feet with the hands. Or if that's not possible, if you can't reach the tops of the feet, the alternative is you turn the arms over so the palms are facing the ground. You still have the legs off the ground. So we could still do the same thing. Whatever position you're in, make sure also that the knees aren't too wide. We don't want to put pressure on the sacrum here. So keep them about hips width apart. So starting off by lifting the head, inhaling, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders, and then lifting the knees off the ground. If you're in this position, it's the same thing. You're still lifting the shoulders, head, but you're pressing into the ground with the hands. So you get that extra little pressure. And if you're here in this position, you're also lifting the knees off the ground. So we're getting this very much expanded front of the body, and also we're in a back bend. One more breath in. And we'll release down, bring the hands either side of the face and push into the hands and sit back into the heels immediately. So we get that release immediately, bring the forehead to the ground. Inhale through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let it all go. And we just creep the fingers as if they're trying to reach to the top left-hand corner of the mat. We keep the forehead on the ground, but we're just going to get a bit of an extension through the side body. And then we walk the fingers across the mat, and they're all reaching, the fingers are reaching and creeping towards the top right-hand corner of the mat. Still breathing into the nostrils and sighing out through the mouth. Good, then bring the fingers to center again. And with this, we're just going to come forwards and back to just release the spine. So keeping the hands where they are, keep them really steady, spread wide with the fingers. Use the inhale to come up to all fours, and the exhale, the hips coming forward, but opening the chest, shoulders down away from the ears, chest expanded, soft elbow. Inhale all the way up, exhale coming back. So forward bending, backward bending, inhale, exhale. Really think about or bring your attention into the front and the back of the body. So as you sit back, it's really all about the back body getting extended. And on the inhale, as you come forwards, it's about the front of the body getting extended and expanded. So extended, from lengthways. So extended this way, and also expanded across the chest. Inhaling, but we're constantly moving. I was just pausing there to show you something, but we don't really want to stop at all. We want to keep the flow of movement. So there's no kind of pushing at all. It's all just flowing and moving. That seems to be our theme today, this flow grace, this flowing energy. Breathing in, breathing out. Really see if you can expand even more. And also just checking that your palms and your fingers are really staying firmly engaged with the ground. Keeping the elbows, stopping them from locking. We don't want them locked because it doesn't feel so good. It doesn't look right. This is what we want, this lovely openness. How much more open we have space for, much more openness when we have that softness in the elbow. Inhaling, exhaling, like it's the last one, opening the front of the throat also. Inhaling, exhaling, sit back into the heels. Bring the forehead to the ground, sweep the arms back into pose of the child. Back to the arms, rest on the ground. Let these shoulders hang forwards, heavy arms. Relax the jaw. Let's release the mouth and lips and tongue with this horsey kind of breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Let it go. And again, breathe in through the nostrils. Breathe in through the nostrils. Good. Slowly lift the head off the ground. We're going to come into a bit of a back bend with camel. So if your knees feel painful when you come up, when you're kneeling on them, then I suggest you get a blanket to put underneath the knees or a cushion. So we're going to come up into a high kneeling. We're going to just prepare first of all by placing the hands on the lower back, give it a little rub. And then we're just going to take the hips forwards and bring the elbows back. So we did this standing also. So we're doing a lot of back bending and forward bending, forwards and back. Holding that back and opening the chest. So that's a little starter. And now we can tuck the toes under. And if you can, reach back for the heels. So you're just getting the fingers onto the heels. If it's not possible, then if you place something on the heels, cushions, you can also use blocks or books. You know, it just creates a less space, so you can reach the heels there. Also, if you're not happy to lean back so much, you can just stay with this, holding the lower back. You're still getting quite a lot of openness here. If you want to come into the camel, bring the fingertips to each heel there and open the chest, pushing the hips forward, opening the chest, looking up to the ceiling, really opening right across the chest and really opening and expanding here. And release. And flatten the feet, sit back into the heels. And just sitting for a moment in the thunderbolt. This is the thunderbolt. Everything has a name, even just kneeling. And it's not always the most comfortable position for us if we don't practice. So we just see how that feels. And then we're going to come into seated, sitting cross-legged. Have a little bit of a rock and a roll to get that more comfortable. And we're going to stay on the ground now. We're not going back up. Just circle the knees. Good. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And again, have a little bit of a rock and a roll, side to side. And holding either the ankles or the feet. Lifting the chest, sitting up nice and tall. And just letting the knees just bounce like a little butterfly. Imagine you're sitting against a wall behind you. You're pressing the shoulders against the wall. The back of the head is touching the wall as well. Bouncing those knees up and down. And now just come to a stillness and let the knees slowly move towards the ground. So we're opening the hips here, but also lifting the chest, making up the back and the belly work together. And breathe deeply. Back of the neck is also long. And release that. Bring the thumbs into the center of the foot. Give yourself a few presses there. Releasing the feet. Just enjoying that feeling. And then we're going to come into this forward bend, but with a really curved back. Often we're coming into forward bend mostly with a straight back. So we're just doing the opposite of what we've just done. And we imagine as we come forward, imagine the head, the top of the head is moving towards this space between the feet, and we're opening the feet like a little book there. So the sides of the feet, the outside edges of the feet are kind of touching still. So we're just breathing and releasing, let the shoulders hang forward, really curving the back. And we're just moving slowly towards the feet as we breathe. You can even press the elbows into the inside of the thighs there to encourage those hips to open. Breathing slowly in and out through the nostrils. And then slowly come back up. Lift the knees up. Release those hips and hug the knees. Let the face fall to the knees. Breathe in through the nostrils, out to the mouth. Release the back of the neck, release the shoulders. We come into our cosmic egg. So we really want to sit up onto the sit bones there. Lift and open the chest, shoulders sit back, hands around the front of the knees, come onto that tippy toe position. Back of the neck also really long, in line with the spine. And then we take the toes off the ground. So we're in this lovely egg floating in space. Close your eyes for a moment to feel that sense. Check that you're not sitting back onto the sacrum, really sitting forwards. So you have to use your abdominals to do that. That's why we do this, because we don't want to do this because it's like, oh, I have to use my abdominals. But we use them because we want to strengthen them, engage them, and also train them to work to support the lower back. Without that, you're going to get back problems, back pains, if you don't use your abdominals and if the abdominals aren't strong. And we release down, soften again. Now we stretch the left leg out, keep that right knee bent. Let the right knee fall to the side. The sole of the foot's on the inside of that left leg. You might want to put a cushion underneath this right knee if it's very high. It means you're very tight in the hips, so we'll need that support. Otherwise, body's facing this left leg. We'll come into a twist just to get the body even more in line. So bring the left hand behind, right hand on the outside of the left knee. Lift the chest, lengthen. As you exhale, we're twisting around to the left. Keep the shoulders down, keep the spine long, keep the crown lifted. Every inhale, you're lengthening, lifting through the crown, lifting through the chest. Every exhale, you're twisting a little deeper. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in, and twist in the front. Now we're going to come into the forward bend. We're going to come in gently now, we're slowing down. So we're just going to walk the hands forwards on the leg. The chest is coming towards the foot. If you have a strap or a scarf that you want to hook around your foot, you can do that. Or you can have the hands on the ground or on the leg there. But we're leading with the chest, always in these forward bends. Breathe in and out. Good. Then we slowly walk the hands back up the leg. Lift the right knee, lift the left knee, and just let our face fall to the knees. I'm just going to get some power. Stay in that little egg for a moment. Allow your body to recover there. Then we're going to extend here. Extend the right leg out. Moved. Extend the right leg out and let the left knee fall to the side. So the sole of that left foot is on the inside of that right knee. So now we're sitting up nice and tall. Take the right hand behind you. Notice how it's close to my body there, not leaning back, because otherwise I want to support my spine. Left hand on the outside of that knee. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the crown. As you exhale, the belly's coming around, the ribs, shoulder, and the face. And we're just really holding ourselves between your arms, if you like. Breathing in, breathing out. Every inhale, feel that length. And when you lengthen, you will feel your abdominals have to work again. One more breath in and release to the front. Facing that outstretched leg, we're just walking down the leg, leading with the chest towards the foot. You can always, again, like I said, put the strap around the foot or a belt, scarf, anything really. Breathing in and breathing out. And just allowing the body to relax down, breath by breath. And walking the hands back up the leg, lift the knee, lift the other knee, and just relax onto the knees. Soften the back of the neck, breathe into the nostrils, out to the mouth. So let's just let go of everything now. Lifting the legs outstretched and slowly lowering down. Last bit of effort here, extending towards the toes with the fingertips, breathing in and out, constantly rolling the spine down, rolling and laying the body down so that it can relax. Let go of that, everything now. Inhale through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth. Just enjoy that permission to lie and relax, let go. Eyes closed so that you can really not be distracted by anything. Just feel that sense of being supported by the earth, being energized and supported and held by the ground. Inhale through the nostrils, strongly exhale, press the back into the ground, drawing the knees up. We just have a little hug of the knees, just a couple of nice loosening and restorative things now. Nice and easy. Rocking and rolling. And then we'll draw a circle. So the knees stay together, you're holding the knees. As the knees go away, you inhale through the nostrils. As you exhale through the nostrils, you draw the knees in. So we're really kind of easing the back out with these lovely circular movements. Taking the knees as far away as we can whilst holding them. And then we go the other way. And when we go the other way, maybe you want to experiment and try letting go of the knees when they go a bit further beyond the fingertips. Still bring them back into the body, trying to bring them as close into the body as possible so we get that squeezing out. And just enjoying that feeling. Easing out the back and using a bit of abdominals. Hug the knees again. Push the heels up to the ceiling, extend the fingers up to the ceiling, rotate the wrists and ankles. Just enjoy the feeling of the legs being elevated. And rotate in the other direction, freeing up those joints. And again, bring the knees into the body. Soles of the feet on the ground. Lying twist, so feet a bit away from the bottom. Feet as wide as the mat, maybe. Arms out to the side, palms flat down. Inhale through the nostrils. As you exhale, the knees come down to the left and the head goes over to the right. Close your eyes. You don't need your eyes here. Inhale, lift the knees to center, lift the head to center. Exhale, knees fall to the right, the head falls to the left. Really exhale fully out. Really let the legs go, let the head go. Before the inhale comes in naturally, lifts your knees and lifts your head. And then the exhale, the knees fall to the left, the head goes over to the right. And just follow this movement with your own breath. Remembering to lift both the knees and the head to center on the inhale. And also remembering to really extend that out breath to get the full benefit of that twist. And keeping the eyes closed just so you can feel into this releasing. and softening. We're going as slowly as we can with this. I'm enjoying this freeing up of the spine, not just the spine, but also the freeing up and space we're creating and ease we're creating for the nervous system, for the energetic systems. All located in a similar area in our center, down through our center. Breathing in and breathing out. And then when you come to the next inhale, lift the knees and head to center. Just let the legs slide away. Let the arms hang away from the body. Lift the chest and place it down. Make sure the shoulders are down away from the ears. Back of the neck is kind of lengthened so the chin is slightly tucked in. And just breathe here with the eyes closed. I'm going to do a bit of abdominal breathing. If you want to, you can put your hand or your hands on your belly to just sort of feel into that. And this abdominal breathing will take us into a really relaxed state. That's what I'm hoping. So we're practicing abdominal breathing, belly breath, with the eyes closed. So on the inhale, really try and expand the belly like a balloon. So all the air is going down, it's pressing down on that big band of muscle, that diaphragm, so make more space. The lungs are expanding. As you exhale, we're slowly releasing. We're not washing it out, and it's coming through the nostrils. And it's flattening down. And when you think you've breathed out fully, just see if you can squeeze the belly button back towards the spine, towards the back of the body, and empty out. And then let the air come in slowly again. Notice how when you really breathe out longer, the following inhale is allowed to be a lot deeper and a lot longer. So we'll just do that for a little while. Focus on slow and steady, long breath. Now just let go of that abdominal breathing and still with the eyes closed, you can even let the arm, if your hand's on your belly, let it flop to the side. And go into or transition into very soft, easy breath. Almost imperceptible breath, like a sleeping baby. So soft, it's coming in and out through the nostrils. The face is softening. The body is softening. It's sinking and softening and melting into the floor. And the breath is taking care of itself, and there's nothing to do here. So if you find your mind is starting to get into planning mode, thinking mode, worrying mode, give yourself permission to take a break from that. Just for a minute. And the sound of the bell marks the end of our practice today. So slowly, and being kind to yourself slowly ease out of this lying position and slowly come to a seated position. Taking your time, doing it in the easiest way you can possibly find. You might want to roll onto your side. You might want to stretch a little bit, move a little bit, open your eyes. Maybe expand a little bit, sort of feel, how's my body feel now? Does it feel a bit more fluid, a bit more flowing? And we bring the hands together, create a bit of heat and energy, or focusing that energy between the palms of the hands. Really give it some. We're making that bit of heat. And we bring that little bit of fire to the heart. Close the eyes. Bring your focus inwards to this inner space, this cave of the heart. Feel that little flame, that eternal flame in the heart. And we bring it the intention, our personal intention, our sankalpa. You say that to yourself a few times with real feeling, real conviction, real love. Good. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice today.